Welcome to Double D-Fense. I'm Liz.
And I'm Christine.
We're bringing you an all-female perspective on the NHL,
plus the PWHL, college hockey, and everything in between. Thank you for joining us.
It's a double day train. We'll listen to Steve talking hockey like it's 1994. Gonna win, I mean red tears. They live in the decades-long drought. Podcast blazing loud, hockey all.
Well, hi, everybody. Hi, Christine.
Well, hi. Happy Veterans Day, everybody.
Happy Veterans Day. And we are excited to be joined today on a very special episode of Double D-Fense with another all-female New York Rangers podcast, which is awesome. And we're so excited about this. Welcome, Alyssa and Tressa from Unhinged and Unplugged. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So I think I just have to jump in and ask. I mean, first of all, we have a lot of very positive New York Rangers news to cover today because the Rangers have finally won a game at MSG.
What?
I know.
Finally, they did their job.
Just needed Panarin to shave his head.
And Trocha.
Yeah, and we needed some reinforcements too. But I think the combination of it all is going to make for some conversation. So
Yep.
So let's kind of get in, with a podcast. Tell us how you guys got started and how long have you guys been hanging out? Because we, ours involve liquor. So
Yeah. Do you want to go? You want me to do it?
You could explain
Our origin story.
So we met through cheerleading. Our kids are cheerleaders. And during COVID, we realized we lived around the block from each other. We started walking every night and just whatever. And then Alyssa started reading hockey romance novels and realized she liked hockey. And I was like, I've always loved hockey. So here we go. And we went to a concert one night to see Nick Carter. And during the meet and greet,
we're fangirls.
Yeah, we're fangirls.
Extreme
Between the meet and greet and the concert, we went to dinner and our waiter was like, you guys should have a show. You're hysterical. And we were like, all right. And then it was like,
we just mentioned it to our husbands, and my husband is was pestering us, saying,
and then he just ordered everything.
Just do it. So we just did it. Literally on New Year's Eve.
Literally.
Turning in what was
this year? Yeah, this New Year's Eve, she had a house full of people upstairs,
and we
recorded our first episode, and
that was it.
Then we ended up on the Ranger side of things, and it just
spirals.
Yeah, it spirals literally.
and then you just get sucked in from there. I know how that.
Yeah.
We know how that is.
Yeah. And her husband's our number one fan. He's like, you guys got to do this. You got to do this. You got to do this. He's like, keep going. Like, all right.
That's Liz's mom. So
good. Need a cheerleader.
Always. And it's really nice to have, I have to say, part of the reason Christine and I started this podcast is that we were looking out there and there wasn't a lot of female representation of fans. And we knew so many fans, and we would, similar to what you guys did, because we listened to your last episode, you guys are texting each other during the game and you have very funny, interesting things to say. That's exactly what we were doing.
Yeah.
we need to share this with everybody.
Right. We're just somebody needs to listen to what we're saying.
Whether you want it or not, we're going to put that out there.
Yeah.
But I think it's great. And there's such a great female fan base for not only the Rangers, but the NHL in general. And it's been fun to explore that.
Yeah, it is. It's such a fun sport too.
Yeah.
I feel like it's I don't know. I mean, I watch football, but there's nothing compared to hockey. I don't know.
I agree.
It's easy to follow. For people that don't like sports, if a woman isn't into sports, it's easy to go to a game and understand what's happening. Yeah. And then
I wasn't really a fan. I became a fan because of the hockey, romance. And then, book talk kind of blew up and all that. And then I kind of self-taught myself everything that
she
I
went
know.
Down a rabbit hole. And now she's all in.
It's easy. I mean, it's an easy sport to follow.
I love the reasons why people do get involved, because it's a question that comes up all the time, especially when we're out of state, we're 3,000 miles away from the team we love, and it have expanded on more than just the Rangers, which has been a great learning opportunity. So, but they I constantly get the question of how did you become a Rangers fan? How did you become a hockey fan? For me personally, as I age myself, I was on Long Island and the Islanders were winning the Stanley Cup, and you either loved it or you hated it. because it was in your face every day. Like the parade went down the street, and I ended up loving it. And then, as we got older, got married, had kids, I have 2 boys who played hockey. And so, and there was a rivalry, because I was the lone New York fan versus 3 Kings fans.
Right.
And, and still am. But my son,
was that in your house when they played each other?
It was a lot of fun. As my older son, as he got older, and it would kind of be our game. I used to have season tickets to the Kings, and so it'd be our game to go to, and he'd be like 8 years old, like ragging on me on the way in. He's like, she's a Rangers fan, and everyone would. I never really had to do the walk of shame because the Rangers usually won those games, so I was thankful for that. But when they came and they were in the finals in 2014, we got to have a big rivalry, and stuff. I remember decorating the house, and then I'd come home and he would decorate over my decoration. And then I would go buy more and I'd put them over his. But now Matthew is really a good influence. He comes on our show. He'll be our West Coast correspondent for things. Mm-hmm. He's really big into PWHL and hockey.
Love it.
College hockey. So, because he goes to UNLV and they're fantastic.
Oh, wow.
So he's constantly sending me like jerseys, like, the team jerseys he's sending me, for the Olympics. And, I never really forget.
I love that. Yeah, love that. I love college hockey because that's your future, right? So I feel like I love all that. I love seeing them from the ground up, kind of.
It is super fun when we have the opportunity to go to the draft earlier this year, and then seeing all these up and coming kids from. I mean, we're talking high school too.
Yeah,
and just how talented and how I want to say focused. A lot of them are. Not all of them, but some of them just have that natural talent and, all the money. It's a die-hard, expensive sport. It's hard on the parents. It's hard on the kids. And anyone who makes it that far should be celebrated.
Yeah.
Parents especially, because they didn't get anywhere without us driving them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Exactly. My 10-year-old plays. She's a goalie. And she's not traveled just yet, but she'll be in travel in March. I think she starts, but it's insane.
That's a whole nother podcast that you could do, because parents of of hockey teams and I don't know it.
They're crazy.
They are insane.
We talk a lot about that on our show.
They're nuts.
We talk about all the craziness with cheer and all the sports we're involved in, and we get into all that. But
I will say that the best part about being a hockey parent is that when you're traveling and you're hungover, you are at least in a nice, cool place with glasses.
Yes, that's true. That's true. We don't get that.
I've not ever done that a lot. So.
No, we just walk around with our Stanley Cups at cheer competition.
Yeah, sweating, and people are vomiting everywhere, and it's hectic.
And spiked, right? Because no one.
Yes.
No parent ever goes with just coffee.
You would never think that like cheerleading would be a sport that kids would be throwing up on the mat from their nerves, but it is, and neither one of us do throw up, so it's just not a fun environment. Hockey, I'll take hockey any day over cheerleading.
Hey, I've seen 6-year-olds puking in trash cans and going out and playing ice too. So I've seen that. I mean, so that's the one thing, kind of going back to the grown-up hockey, is that I've seen kind of that mentality with these kids as they start sports, where we're kind of getting them involved to keep them busy, and and then those ones that excel and go all the way through, you can see that dedication. They're the ones that actually get up on their own, and they're probably waking us up and skating, whether they feel good or not. That was
and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I don't think hockey players are paid nearly enough for what they endure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Liz's reaction is like, well, they could do better with what we're paying them and what we have to pay to see them.
I mean, yeah, true.
I mean, I think it depends on the player. There are more than a few,
right,
I don't think, who are earning their millions right now, or their $25 years at MSG.
Compared to like Aaron Judge and those guys.
That's just
the physicality of it alone, like the physicality of the sport alone, I think Like, yeah, football, you're literally running into each other head on, but it's for 18 games.
Yeah,
Hockey,
they play once a week, and
games,
then
or
they
you're
go
getting
to go
slammed
sleep.
into a board 3 times a week. Like, it's not for the weak.
Yeah. No, I'm in pain watching them.
So wait, let's get into last night's game. You were texting us, whoever was texting
Oh,
like,
Sasha.
oh my god. I was the one responding, like, because it's funny because we kind of mentioned it a little bit ago, because I think in your last episode, one of you guys was at a concert, the other one's texting you information. This happened to us last
Oh, a
night.
comedy show. Yeah, she was at a comedy show.
It's very frequent. We were doing this last night too.
Yeah, 'cause I couldn't watch the game last night, and maybe that's a good thing. I'm starting to think it's me.
Oh my
and
God.
maybe I should not watch the games in the future.
Liz, they did.
so-
Now that is me. Now,
So I,
unfortunately,
ever since Alyssa has started, but has become a Ranger fan, they have not played the Rangers quality.
Go find a team to root for a while. The Devils are really a good team to root for. Then
Yeah.
let them lose for a bit now.
No, last night I went to the game with my husband and my kids, and she couldn't come. And
this is
we
like
were
the first time she's been to a game
without
me.
her, like since she started this. So I text her, we text her, and we were like, I think it's you. I think you're the problem. I think maybe you should stay home.
I said I'm not into this. I don't like that. I don't do well with it, and I don't know what else to say. I was upset. And I love Will Cooley. He scored a goal. I mean, I knew they were probably going to win, and I wasn't there. I knew that was going to happen. My son is 9 years old, so he's a little pest too. So he's like, "Were you upset that you didn't go?" I would be upset if I were you.
There's stress at being there too. So I'm sure that okay, you were there, and of course we scored the first goal, and then like blink, they tied it up, right? So
Yeah.
and then online I'm already seeing everyone, I'm like, that was short-lived, and
Yeah.
and then we kind of went on from there. So how was that stress there when we had that short-lived lead? Second
bullshit penalty call. The place was in an uproar.
There was a few
Never seen
and
that.
non-calls. Everything happened last night.
I was with I didn't watch. I didn't come home till like maybe the end of the second period. And this is when they had like back.
No, that wasn't it. This is in the beginning.
No, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He said these guys are on a power play for 8 minutes.
Literally.
I know.
But that first
Probably
penalty that they called, I think it was on Schneider that they called, and it was it was like you're watching it back on the jumbotron, and everyone's like, "What?" screaming, and then they scored off that, and that was like, "Oh, here we go!" But then they just.
So there were two, and also at the end as well, when Wood
the whole third period was a power
the non-call, so Lafreniere got high sticked in the face.
Yeah, they didn't call it.
Literally.
And I think
a hat trick. His first
right, but that was like unfair, and I feel like Lafreniere like kind of laid on the ground for a very long time because he wanted. I think he wanted them to say something.
We ran out at that point. There was like a couple of minutes left in the game, and we left because my daughter wanted to wait outside. After every game, Dolan gives out a stick, and she wanted to get the stick. So I was like, let's just get out there. They're winning. They're not going to lose this. Let's go. We I was out of breath. We raced outside just to get sticks. But I missed. Yeah, we did. We got 2. He gave us 2.
They got 2, and he always gives 1.
Yeah,
I
he
said,
came out with
what
2
are the
sticks.
odds?
Each
great.
one of them got a stick. They were so excited, but I was like,
yeah,
that was worth it.
And what was the vibe in person there last night? Like, were the fans were into it? They were happy again.
Yeah, everybody was so happy. The garden was shaking. My older daughter, it was her first time. Well, she was at the garden, but she was like 2. So this is her first time. And back at the garden, she was like, holy crap. I said, yeah, I told you it was going to be loud in here if they played a good game.
I can imagine.
And we had Predator fans behind us, and the people in front of us were like screaming at the people behind. It was hysterical. My kids were cracking up when they had that goal off the high stick. The kid in front of me is like, you can't do that. You can't do that. He's yelling at the guy behind me. And then when the slashing penalty got called, the guy behind the Predator fan was like, you can't do that. I thought they were going to fight over me. This is so good. I love it.
That's my favorite. I love that.
I love it.
I was at the opening game, and what was I getting? I was getting someone.
We were there.
Yeah, so I was there, and like, and so I'm listening to some girl like, yeah, like those guys that defense are going to help them, right? I mean, just like those kind of conversations I love. And then the guy next to me, every time that it was the Penguins, right? Every time the Penguins got the puck, he was like, oh no. And I'm like, stop saying that. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going to have to talk about you now. Yeah.
I know. We sit next to a lot of characters.
We always joke around like, you could put us in the rafters, and you can put us against the glass. We're going to get the finance bros that have never seen a hockey game in their life, and they're just talking business the entire time.
Suits, yeah.
It never, ever fails. Last night, sure enough, 3 people in front of me that have never seen a hockey game in their whole life, they talked business the entire game. Why?
Yeah.
Why would you go choose that location to talk business?
That's what we say. I don't get
They
it.
can.
They didn't stand up
it's a
now.
write-off.
1 goal, 6
They
goals.
write all their beers off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those $90
I
beers.
guess, yeah. It's very loud. It's very cold. Not my first choice if I was having a business meeting.
Yeah.
Or friggin' sometimes we sat one time near people that sounded like they were from England. Like I don't know.
You know, when I'm there, there's always someone around me that's foreign. I love, and I chat with everybody. So, you know, because a lot of times I'll go by myself, but I know, like, I always tell people it takes me 3 minutes to find a lot of people that I know. So, so I'm, you know, and I know a lot of people there now. So it's fun. It's the one thing I love doing by myself.
Yeah.
So,
that's nice.
But I can find myself busy running around, like during, you know, in between periods, like someone's like, I'm over here. And I'm like, okay, I'm on my way. I'm over here. And it's so busy, but it keeps, you know, it keeps me occupied, which is great.
I always say
so
like
nice.
running through the garden throughout in between periods. It's like you're fighting for your life. You're going to war trying to get from one spot to the next.
And I just look around. Like I hate to even leave my seat. I hate a lot of things. I hate eating on my lap. I hate leaving my seat. I hate the people that walk around that just act like they're not going anywhere. Very stressful. Very, very stressful. But I just like, I get out there and I'm just like, I just should have never came. Like
you have to fight for your life.
I gotta stay in my seat. I can't.
Like there's a whole list of pet peeves you can have at a hockey game.
Especially with MSG.
The NHL is officially back, and so are our completely confident, definitely not questionable picks. And for all of it, we're rolling with DraftKings because if we're putting money on the line, we're doing it with the best. And this season, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, brings you all the speed, skill, and nonstop action you love. DraftKings Sportsbook delivers the unmatched intensity of the NHL right to your fingertips. From player props to the thrill of live in-gaming betting, and every drop of the puck is your shot to win big. So new customers, hey, this one's for you. Bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get paid out $300 in bonus bets instantly.
Light the lamp all season long with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's code THPN to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through per wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer. Copyright NHL 2025. All rights reserved. So do you guys are there specific players that you have been following or that you like who's on your hot list? Because we do spend a fair amount of time talking about this.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I tell this story all the time. My first very experience watching a hockey game, like recently, in the past 2 years when I've been reading Hockey Romance, I was watching the
Stadium Series.
The Stadium Series. I want to say Winter Classic. Isn't it Winter?
No,
I don't know
Series.
why I want to say Winter Classic. The Stadium Series. So I've never even I've watched hockey games before, but I don't really pay attention or whatever. I like the Rangers. I would root for them, whatever. Watching the Stadium Series, and I'm listening to just the commentator, and they're talking about Matt Rempe. And this was the first experience this first time I saw Matt Rempe. I'm just like, oh wow, he's a rookie. And I thought it was so great that his first NHL career game was at a stadium series. I said, wow, that's so cool. And then they were talking about like his dad passing away, and that was the anniversary of his death. And I'm like, wow, wow, like so moving. Like, this is great. And I just became, then he was fighting. And I'm like, my husband, I'm like, is this what goes on? Why are they fighting? And then I watched it, and I literally became obsessed after that. And I became like a Rempe fan. So I feel like I've been with Matt Rempe since, like from when he was just a little baby.
That was a great game too, because like they had a lot of
crazy game.
They had to,
it was a lot going on.
That they had to kind of review before we were told we won. So
Yeah.
it was exciting all the way up until the end, for that one. So
and I just found myself watching the games, and then I would follow him, and then he went down to Hartford a lot, and I found myself, I bought an app that gave me the Hartford games, and I spent like $100 a month or a year. I don't even know what, I might still be paying for it. And I just found myself in this struggle, and we'd be watching a Ranger game like on TV, and I'd be watching, Matt Rempe playing in Hartford here. Like I just became, and then that's when I got into it. I am a fan. Like I am a fangirl to the fullest extent. Like I put I love the Backstreet Boys for years and years and years. And I put like my heart and soul into anything I love.
And Will Cooley.
We love Will Cooley. Yeah, we need
we need a Rangers band. Like, who would be in that band?
Tell me.
I am a
right now.
I'm a Brzezinski girl. I love Brzezinski. I love him.
I think he's. We say like I think he's the most handsome guy, but
he
awesome
is.
too. So,
I think Schneider is pretty.
Oh, Schneider, yeah. Well, Schneider's got
he has no teeth.
I did, yeah. They all really don't have teeth. I like Schneider a lot, like prior to me even liking the Rangers, because like he was kind of like, I don't know, you would see him on Pinterest and crap, like when you're looking at I'm 37 years old. I mean, I shouldn't be looking at these things, but I don't know. Whatever. I find myself
looking at them more.
My husband's like, they're babies. I'm like, I don't care.
I know, it's so real.
He's like, your daughter can date them.
Yeah.
I
get abused for liking Matt Rempe. Like I get abused.
Brett Berard, isn't he? I love Brett Berard too.
Brett Berard is younger than Matt Rempe.
I've taught a few people, friends of mine that are older, about hockey, and before Liz and I even met, I'd be on the phone during playoffs because with the Kings, like the Kings and the Rangers in 2014, and there was a friend of mine. She was at the time she was in her mid 60s, and she fell in love with Toffoli, who was playing for the Kings. Toffoli's like the world's Waldo. Anybody rates him, and so. And it was so funny because she just fell in love with him, but it was during playoffs where he had facial hair and everything. And then she went as a gift during the regular season against the Ducks, because these are, logistically close to us.
Yeah.
And she texts me, she's like, I feel so dirty. He looks 12. And, and so when she saw how young he really was, and she was like, oh my God, this is.
It's bad. I don't feel like I'm 37 years old, so I don't know. I don't know if he feels that I'm 30. We met him a lot.
I always joke. I'm like, Matt Rempe and Will Cooley see us coming. They're like, oh fuck these two again.
But we're fun. I feel like I just want to like chill with them. I want to go to a bar with them and have a drink. Like That's what I'm not like a crazy. I don't want them to think. It's unfortunate that I have to pay to see them and hang with them, but like I just want to hang out with them. I don't want to like do anything else crazy.
I know you guys brought up like hockey book talk, and if you ever want to branch out, it's so inappropriate, but I'm going to share it anyway because that's what this podcast is all about.
We talked about it before. It's not new.
Hockey, yes, we have talked about it, and I've actually read excerpts. The hockey fan fiction that is available online will blow your mind. And it is
There's hockey fan fiction.
There is so much hockey fan fiction.
Stars,
my favorite fictional couple of all time, Kreider and Zibanejad, falling in love, figuring out, hiding from the team, having to like sneak around and nobody knows. Oh my God, I will send you some links.
Do that.
So good.
I used to read Justin Timberlake fan fiction like it was my job.
Yeah, Backstreet Boy fan. I used to write it. I used to read it. I used to have a website. It was a thing, and I would be you know what I mean? Like, I still think about the ones I read when I was younger, because there was this one girl and I like found her and we're like Instagram friends. And she was such a great author, man. Like she wrote like a series and it was like an episode every day.
Where is she?
Well, she still follows the Backstreet Boys. That she wrote a book, like she wrote a fan book. Yeah, she's cool. But she was just I never forgot that, and I have the worst.
I didn't know there was hockey fan.
Yeah, that I didn't.
There is. I'll send you some of my favorites.
Ooh.
It's like it's really sweet, and it really kind of like gives a new perspective on some of these hot guys. So I will leave it. I will leave it at that. But I will share some links, and if anybody else who's listening wants to know, just send us a DM and we'll share it with you too.
No, that's my
husband.
Clear your schedule for the evening.
Oh my
God. We learned it, like we were reading it. I think Liz really got caught up with it with a lot of the Mika and Kreider, kind of bromancing, and we created our own bromances since then. But now, like that, they've been separated. They've got to find new love. And I don't know.
There is a fan fiction about the first road trip that the Rangers do when they come to Anaheim. There is a fan fiction about that one.
Oh.
So I noticed last night.
This is historical.
I think Mika's replaced Trocheck as being hugged, by Chris. So I think they filled that void.
Yeah.
Saw that last night.
And Kreider's hand holding with McTavish. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I was watching it. I was like, wait, did that just happen? And
what is going on?
I think they just know it and they're leaning into this so much.
Yeah.
Listen,
I say it all the time. I feel like they all give us what we want. From the freaking photographer that's taking pictures of them doing whatever they're doing on the ice, right? And who's sticking their tongue out, who's friggin' doing or whatever. Like they know. They know what we want. They know for sure. Yeah, they know. Yeah. Do you guys read books like hockey books? Do you read?
I know you guys have done the Sean Avery, but I have not read it yet.
Oh my God, you have got to read it.
Good.
I am dying. He told us he was going to send us the next few chapters of the first few chapters of the next book, and he has yet to done that. I was messaging him back and forth last night because I was like, oh my God, we're finally winning on home ice, and he's like, against a shitty team, and I'm like, oh my God, can you just give me something, sir? Can you just give me? But I have to find that book was so relatable. Like that to me was like it could have been a fan fiction. Like in my head, I was picturing him the entire as the main character the whole entire time, but it was just so relatable and like real and raw.
It is so good that he's a real hockey player, right? Because like we read all these books and they're women are writing about them. I don't know how these women even know about hockey and how they learn whatever, but they're all college, pretty much college based. But I liked reading that. I knew like this is the shit that they do. Like this is what they really do. And when we were talking to him, I did ask him like, does that stuff really, like, are there tropes out there? Like, is there like is there like a teammate dating a sister of a,
he said, yes, I did that.
Like,
of course
there's all of that. So,
like, okay,
it's spicy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, a lot of people didn't like that it was like a cheating trope, but
I don't care.
I was like, I don't care. Like she was
it happens. It's reality.
In a house next to a hot hockey player. I mean, what
the
woman
shit
would
that
not
we
be
read,
like,
never mind hockey, the shit that we read, that is like the least of anybody's worries that she cheated on her husband.
100%. There's way more trouble anybody could be getting into than hockey romance novels.
Absolutely.
Exactly. My husband always jokes. He's like, you keep going to these hockey games, you keep meeting these players. He's like, one day you're going to be like, I begged a Ranger, see you later. Like I would never do that. They don't want me. They don't want a 40-year-old with 2 kids. They don't want that.
They're just they're attainable.
So that's my thing. They keep wanting signs that are like, is your dad single?
When they did the dad's trip last year, we were analyzing every dad, and we're like, Christine, is that dad hot? Is that dad hot?
No, I can't even go there.
Brzezinski was with his dad last night, and that man was good looking. He walked down like that has to be his dad.
For it's gotta be.
Yeah, no, he definitely looked a lot like his son. He was definitely,
and that is the difference between. between male podcasts and female podcasts. This is what
Oh,
we
yeah.
would talk about all the time. So it's awesome. It's awesome.
I know they
connecting
just talk about
podcasts.
lines and salaries, you know.
And-
Ours is
Yeah.
more fun.
And there's a
Listen,
place for that, and that's cool.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but there's
I mean,
more. There's more to
obviously,
hockey than that.
I
Yeah.
want them to play good. I
Yeah.
mean, they could be
We
hot. and
talk
play
about that. We
I'll
talk
tell
about-
you,
yeah.
I'll knock them down if they're not playing good.
We're into
They're
it.
still hot though. Like Henrik
So-
Lundqvist, I mean,
You know,
he-
and all it takes, I'm gonna say, all it takes is one good dream that I
Mhm.
shared. I had one involving Henrik. It was very innocent, but it was nice. So I need more of those, and that's probably how some of these things are created.
I tell my
Big
husband,
one, yeah.
I
So,
would leave you tomorrow for that man, and I would not look back.
I think my partner Ben would also probably leave me for Henrik Lundqvist. I think pretty much any straight man would do the same.
We were
Yes,
at a game one
yes.
time, and this guy was sitting in front of us with his wife, and he was like, "I literally told my wife I would let you sleep with him, and then I would sleep with him right after you." I was like, "Oh my god!"
I think he said something more graphic.
It
than
was
sleep
definitely
with.
more graphic. It was a lot more graphic, but we'll leave it at that. And I was like, yes,
Yeah.
he is a very handsome man.
Yes.
He rocks the 3-piece suit so well. I
you
love
know,
it.
can we? It's us girls. Maybe we need a guy on here, but I'm not into men's fashion so much. Where I'm noticing that Steve Allickette's really long horizontal ties are the thing now. So
I have a whole theory that Steve Valiquette is just trying to keep up with Henrik on his fashion. So he's been trying so hard, but he's not 100% there. He's like 80% of the way there.
Right.
And he's mixing some like plaids and stripes that are just not working.
No.
And I love Steve. I was so happy because I did watch the post game. He was finally, we got happy smiling Steve Valiquette instead of Steve Valiquette going,
Right.
the disappointed
I
face.
don't understand why we can't win. Neither do the rest. Neither can the rest of us, buddy. Neither can the rest of us.
So look, let's analyze. You were there, and so we got a combination of like I watched it on TV. You were there. We got recaps and stuff. What like, and it literally they scored. They scored 6 goals in the previous games they lost, to date, and then they scored 6 goals last night, and so many people contributed. Lafreniere, who we were just talking with our friends last week, had basically people are giving up on him. Has been scoring. He's been getting points. He scored, and he got a couple of high sticks in the face by his teammates and his enemies there last night. So
I feel like he had a lot of assists too. Like he contributed.
yeah, he got a lot of points last night.
Yeah.
So and he was the first star of the game. So
and I have been ragging on him all season.
Yeah, that was our theory. Like, last year and the year before, Liz would be like, I hate Miller. Miller sucks. Miller sucks.
Oh,
and then
DeAndre,
yeah, he would do
We
well.
hate
He would do things.
Celebrated
And then
when
he
he
got
got
traded. Now he's doing well. So
They all are. They're thriving. Everybody.
I am a hardcore
okay.
Miller hater.
I don't hate him. I don't hate him. And he's very nice when you meet him.
I'm happy he's gone.
out of the last 2 seasons, mainly last season where everyone really got traded, is there a Ranger that you, and because we are all doing well, we are following them. We are like the Ducks or the Rangers 2.0.
Yeah.
They're our B team. We were just invited guests to their game last week and still kind of reeling over it and now kind of watching them a little bit more because they're very entertaining to watch. Do you have a particular player where you're just like, come back? Or that you're really just truly missing and enjoying watching succeed in where they're at now? Mine's Kako. I just love him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Kreider, and I really was happy to see him go, but it hurt, and I think I miss him now. I was like all gung ho on him leaving, and then he left, and I was like, nope, I don't like it. I want him.
I know
Yeah.
Liz has a jersey, so at least he's here.
Yeah.
I like Lindgren, Ryan Lindgren. Ryan
Yeah,
Lindgren. I thought he would. I thought he's really tough, like a tough guy. Like
always forget
he
about
would
him.
always get like a stitch, like on the bench and come back out. He was very physical. And I like him. I miss him. I don't know why they traded him. I guess I was.
he didn't have a whole lot of luck. I mean, he was out on
I
the
guess
for
not.
3 minutes. And something would hit him in the face. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was always injured or whatever. I don't know, like it was hard for him. But he's a very physical guy, so he really would like just throw himself on the grounds, like I feel like he was a really good physical player. So I miss him. I do. I miss him.
And what do you think for last night's game too? What do you think it was? What do you think it was that got us to win?
I feel like they worked so well together. There was not a minute of the game where I was like, ooh, I'm nervous. Like they were playing hard. And I feel like the defense and the offense were working well together. But I am the first to say that it was Trocheck being back and Panarin shaving his head. I'm superstitious when it comes to that stuff. Like that. She's not. I am. Like Panarin shaved his head. Trocheck's back in the lineup. All of a sudden, we know. I mean, and it's not that they haven't looked good because they have. I feel like there was not one game where I'm like, oh my God, they're playing like shit. They just couldn't. They couldn't capitalize on. Yeah, they couldn't capitalize on any of their shots. So was it a combination of Nashville not being the greatest team? Could have been, but I just think they played really well last night.
Well, some of the other teams haven't been like,
well,
they played a couple of other.
They played a team that they never won ever, and they won. Or the kid got what is Celebrini got? What's his name?
San Jose.
Celebrini.
Yeah,
I'm like, let's just get hat tricks out for free, like Oprah. I don't know.
The last podcast we talked about that. Like we talked about them not winning in San Jose and San Jose sucking. And somebody commented on the podcast and was like, "How do you figure they're the worst team in the league?" I'm like, "Well, they hadn't won a game till they played us, so that's how I figured it." That's just that's what I went with.
Right.
Everybody wants to beat us. Yeah.
I felt that's how we were feeling. Like, okay, so if you get a win, right? If they never won or they never got a hat trick, give all the 18-year-olds a hat trick against the Rangers.
Well,
why not?
That's what seems to be happening right now. So these point leaders, that are doing well, and they actually have better records than some of our seasoned NHL players in general. Like Connor McDavid and Sidney Crosby. But you're looking at Macklin, you're looking at Gauthier on the Ducks, and Bedard, who's on the worst team ever.
No, he's having like a rough. I hope he's doing better this year. I haven't
No, he's killing
it. He's a leader. Yeah,
he's a leader. He's a top scorer in the NHL.
Okay.
I love him.
People were very upset for him last year.
I'm not really a big fan, but a couple years ago, when we were doing really well, we had the youngest team in the league. And I think that was also followed by the fact that like when the Vegas Golden Knights started up and they got everybody's little leftovers and they created this team, and they were very young and didn't know what they're doing. And they ended up going all the way to the Stanley Cup in their first year. Yeah. And they kept their team young. And then it seemed to be a trend. And that's kind of where they started booting off, Henrik and everybody off the team and just get this younger, more versatile, maybe more physical team. I don't think it ever really went there, at least to what I wanted, because I'm, watching East Coast, West Coast is so much more physical than what we seem to play. Unless you're watching like a Boston Panthers game where they want to kill each other. I'm surprised they don't.
That's a great game.
But they, with these young kids right now being the leading scorers, so, what do you think about them bringing up, Gabe yesterday too? Because that's why I was like reinforcements. I think it wasn't just Trocheck, because I'm like, oh, he didn't even score. He got a point,
Right.
But it took a while, but even Gabe got a point. So that's kind of where I was like, it was reinforcements. I think it was not just one thing. It was another.
Yeah, I feel like they made a big mistake moving some people down and the way they move things about. I don't agree with the Sheary signing at all. Is he good? Sure. Do I think we could have somebody from Hartford better than him? Yes, but what do I know? I mean, the politics in that are.
Yeah. We love Gabe.
I love him.
I was very happy to see him back. I was very surprised that he was on the first line. But okay, it works, I guess.
But I do think that the lines that they moved around also clicked as well.
So after I watch games, I kind of go on Twitter, which is like the worst place to go because they're just so like everyone is so.
Well, Facebook.
I don't even have Facebook. I don't even have Facebook. I mean, Twitter's pretty bad.
I know.
So I kind of get like a lot of information from there, and just Will Cooley in particular, they were just saying how, he's doing much better on the third line. He could be more physical. He's not under that much pressure being on the first line. And I'm like, maybe that was the case for him. I did, in the beginning when he was kind of not doing so well this season, he was sick. He did say, I don't know if I read it or heard, or he had an interview and he was saying it. He was the first time he started feeling good was like the first game he actually played well, like maybe like 2 weeks ago. So maybe he was like, I don't know, going through something or had the flu. I don't know, but that's why he was kind of playing like shit. But that, just reading that person said he's more of a third line guy and he's more comfortable there. Maybe that is true. Or the fourth line obviously is like fire, like
and
whatever.
Also, don't forget, like there's a new coach. This is all new. There are going to be growing pains. I think it was kind of just a weird fluke coincidence that they happened to lose all of these games at home.
Right.
If it had been like 50-50, I don't think anybody would have really thought the world would be right. So with a new coach too, it takes some time to get that chemistry together. He's figuring them out. So hopefully this just like takes that pressure off, that like mental block of we can't win at home, because that these guys were probably like in their own heads so much about it.
Yeah, all the post-game interviews, I'm like, I feel so bad for them. Like he's poor
Mika was like, I've never experienced anything like this. Like he literally had no words, and I'm just like
sad all the time though. Like even after like good games,
I know. Big like he the words he said, he was just like, I never experienced this in my life. It was like he can't believe it.
We asked my dad the other day, because my dad, he's a diehard Ranger fan, he's a big hockey guy, and we were like, what do you think? Like, do you think they play better? I personally think they play better for Quick. And he was like, yeah, because they have more faith in Shesterkin. I'm like, okay, well, what do you think about like what's going on? He's like, the Maple Leafs, Tampa Bay Lightning was in last place a few years ago and they won the cup. He's like, don't count this team out. I said, okay, Phil. I mean, if you feel that way, sure.
We have the best travel record, and if you look at the standings, it's not as bad as people make it sound.
I think
everyone's just like, they see the one thing, and we've been talking about it too. We were talking, last week on the show, and obviously this week, because the milestones have stopped. A lot of these other teams are really underperforming. We are above, Washington. We are above the Panthers,
right?
And people, I don't know if necessarily people are thinking that, and but they've been kind of hidden, because as I'm trying to keep up with everything on social media, there's been a lot of milestones that started off this whole season, like 1,000 game, 1,500 points, first this and first that, and I think when people see that, they're not really seeing kind of where everybody else is. I think as of the game ending last night, we had 18 points, and we were like in a 5 or 6 way tie for the wild card spot, but only 5 points out of the first place. I mean, so it's
right. So it's not.
Yeah, they're not.
Someone else needs to suck for a while,
exactly.
and then we'll catch up. And we have to kind of make sure this isn't a fluke. And so maybe it's everyone being healthy. I know Rempe's out, but. This is what makes me most nervous, is when someone is out. Like when you see someone go down or get high sticked, I'm like, no.
Like, this can't be. When Laffy went down last night, I'm like, no. He was like down. He wasn't getting up. I'm like, he's not getting up.
That was like the game we went to. Poor Noah Laba took a puck to the mouth.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know how that man came back on the ice. That's even besides. And then 10 minutes later, not even 10 minutes later, Gavrikov goes down, and he literally went flat down. And I was like, oh my God, what happened to him? Like, what? No.
Then Friday's game, Cooley hurt him.
Yeah, Cooley went down. And you texted me. You were like, oh my God. That's not what you said.
I didn't say that. I
know you didn't.
We were at a Sweet 16, but I had it on my phone and I was watching it. But I obviously was at a Sweet 16, so I wasn't like totally like looking at it. But then I saw again on Twitter, because they have all the GIFs and stuff. I don't know. They have like all the information's on Twitter. Anything that you need instant is on Twitter. So they had him like, he needed help, that man getting up.
I didn't even see this.
Oh my God, it was horrible. I'm like, oh, but obviously I knew he came back because he was back. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I didn't
he
see it.
couldn't even put weight on it. So I'm like,
I know. I was the same way too. And it's funny because we were during the Islander game, we were on a tiki boat listening to the scores, and we were
Yeah.
glad we were drinking on a boat and not
Yeah.
watching the game. To be quite
Yeah.
Well,
honest,
Saturday too. Saturday,
I hate
the Islanders
I just
game.
hate when we have something to do.
We had radio bingo fundraiser, and after like the third goal, I'm like, just shut it
Yeah.
off.
I said,
I
I
don't
don't
even
believe
care.
what's going on.
I can't even imagine that this is real life. And then her husband's friend was there, and he's a diehard Devils fan. And I'm like, can you believe this? He's like, yeah, I can. Yeah, he was like giving it. I'm like, oh my
He
god,
wasn't
I'm
who we
walking
needed
on my-
to talk to at that
No,
time.
he was not. We needed somebody to build us up, and he knocked us right back down.
well, you should let him know like that. I think when we went and saw the Ducks last week, they got pummeled.
Yeah,
They pummeled the Devils, which is great.
Yeah.
It was fun.
And there was some
It was
stat about
fun
like
to
the Devils.
watch.
The Devils have fallen like almost 200 times on the ice, and we noticed that at our game. So like,
what
just
we
them
went
up.
to the
We
first preseason
Comments
game.
a lot about that.
We did. We went to the first preseason game at Prudential, and I felt like they were on the floor, like they were on the ice more than they were skating. I'm like, what is going on
Yeah.
right now?
There's some weird stat going on with that.
True,
Maybe
yeah.
somebody is screwing with their blades. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Something's not
The
right.
ice, I don't know. It is embarrassing. I do feel like when anybody, because I feel like we've seen that a lot. Like
You're
we've
getting
been-
paid
we,
millions of
we
dollars.
go to a lot
Why
of
are you
games,
falling?
and I know they all mesh together, so it's hard to say who it was. But there were plenty of games this season that wasn't the Devils, but they were all friggin'
the
falling.
Penguins, the Bruins,
And I'm just like, what's going on? Like, I don't understand. Their
Nice.
job is to be on the, like, you're on your ass. What is happening?
So there's things there's elements that make it harder.
Well, before we wrap up, I wanted to ask: do we have any predictions for this season? We could be very realistic, or we could be totally delusional. Where are you thinking that the Rangers are going to wind up?
I'm saying they're going to win the division, the Eastern Conference. I'm going with that only based on what I've been reading and stats. But I think if I'm going to predict who's going to win the cup, it's going to be the Ducks.
Okay.
That's my opinion. Like
Wow.
I'll at least get to
Based on-
see it.
my hockey
Oh, yeah.
knowledge.
That'd be fun. Yeah, I'm not really like too, I don't give good predictions or anything.
No.
I think they'll go far. I think the Rangers will do well.
I don't think I could
I'm not
handle
gonna
another Stanley Cup final loss though. If that, I'm still upset about the Kings beating them.
I was
today.
there. So
Me too. Yeah.
you
I
know,
was at a couple of those games. It was tough.
I was at the game. you know, so-
No.
and it was there was a lot of emotion in that game, but it was it was ultimately good. I thought for sure it was going to be their year, since it was 94 and 14, and it was good. So
Even
That's
they
how-
get 2 years ago when we won the President's Trophy, I was like, oh my god, this is it! Like all the things aligned, and then I don't. Really
and that's how they feel about 100 years. It's
And
100 years this year, so they're pushing that. And
We
don't
flew, to
know.
Florida, we flew to Florida that season to watch them lose to the Panthers, and that was awful. So I think I might rather see them lose in the finals than lose to the Panthers in
Yeah,
the
I
Eastern
agree.
Conference finals, because
I
that was.
I don't know.
depressing.
We're doing better than they are. So let them figure their own crap out. While we
We're
we
actually
gotta
we're going-
figure ours. We have to figure our Rangers stuff out first, and then everyone else will figure out their own.
Oh yeah.
There's the amount of times where we've had our discussions and predicted things, and they actually listened telepathically. I think.
I mean, it would be great if they would listen.
I just can't
probably
handle.
very
I can't handle any more like trades and stuff. I'm not used to this life. Even as a Yankee fan, like right, they don't trade as
No, this
many.
is
It's
like-
not as crazy. Or a really popular player doesn't just get traded on a freaking Tuesday. You know,
yeah, that happens.
this is a lot of struggle in here. And again, I'm like a boy band fan, so they don't trade their members. This doesn't happen in Backstreet Boy world.
I'm getting emotionally ready for that Panarin Ducks trade. 'Cause
Yeah,
I feel like there's a lot of rumors about that. A lot of
Yeah.
rumors.
Like, do I get another jersey or do I get a new one?
Could you imagine if the Ducks do win? Because they
Yeah,
have
then
been
everyone's
playing
moving out
great,
here.
and
they
like,
have all the Rangers. They're
I
gonna have
mean,
the whole
yeah.
team.
That
They're
would just
gonna take the whole
be
team.
the luck
They're
was
talking about like Trouba for the Norris Trophy now. Like he's doing so well. It's
Oh, wow.
crazy.
And I
Oh,
was not
great.
even I was not even a Trouba hater. I
Good
like
luck,
Trouba.
Chuck. The New York Rangers are good luck, Chuck. I think we need to get Drury out the door, and then like we got rid of Dable. The Giants got rid of Dable yesterday, and I'm like, maybe Drury's next. No, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, no, it won't happen. Trades, I think trades are kind of calmed down because I think they have a pretty stable set now. Forever is going to be up, and their contracts are up. With Panarin being the top one, and it's annoying to hear all those conversations because he's got a whole year, and part of and I think I was talking about some friends too with Kreider. He was not healthy last year, and as he's getting older, there's a lot of factors that go into some of these trades as well. So, so hopefully they've calmed it down. And with Sullivan, and he stabilizes everybody, it should be a pretty good year. We were talking, we'll make the playoffs. I mean, if we win more, we'll probably in the playoff, zone now. So, and other people are going to start, to kind of falter. So we are now we're kind of invested in the Ducks because it's kind of fun. It's fun to watch, but they're investing a lot of their time and effort into the younger kids. And that's one of the reasons why they're excelling in doing that. And that's why it's kind of fun to watch. Yeah. We saw Kreider be the finisher that, he should be more. And it seemed like he had a little bit more freedom in some of his moves and everything. And so, and that's where it's glad to see some of these guys excel where they are because they were limited, to even Kako, Miller too. Like there's a reason why they're doing well where they are. They're not, at the Rangers. And it kind of goes to what we were talking about last year, where it's like, is it the player's fault? Is it the coach's fault? Is it the manager's fault? Where's the direction coming from?
Last year was just so toxic.
Oh, I know.
So
and every time we met a player, the next day they got traded. Yeah. We met Heedle, he got traded the next day.
Your fault.
We met Riley Smith, he got traded the next day.
I just think it was very toxic last year, and that even the whole Kreider stuff. I feel bad for him. This is you have to go out and play every night, right?
But they weren't honest about it.
These people are just talking shit about you and. You're in the news every other second, and
he knew. He knew.
100% he knew.
Yeah. It's like Trouba knew he refused to get traded, because he wanted to be fired.
Right. But then too, you're in a position where they want you out, and you're like staying because you're refusing. I don't know. Then it just gets really hostile.
It was great. I thought it was great. Trouba had it all. He's like, I'm not making any deals, and then he got fired, and he's like. What did he say? He's like, it's a rite of passage. I think that, there's such I don't know, like if you asked other players where they would love to play, I think most of them would be saying, Madison Square Garden. Yeah, there's something about the Rain. If they're not on the team, they want to beat us. They want to play. They want to win, they want to beat us at home. And that's something that doesn't seem, you don't hear people saying, I want to go to St. Louis. I need to beat them, there. Right. No, so there's always
just on that note, I think we do need to wrap it up. Just time-wise. Thank you so much, Alyssa and Tressa, for joining us today. We really appreciate your time. We have to do this again soon, and for sure, the next time we're on the same game, we need to get together.
Yes. Oh, yes. Let us know when you guys are here. We'll
thanks, everybody.
Meet up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
We will.
Bye.